Welcome back, Tankers of Blitz Universe, to this update 3.8 preview, the equipment overhaul, which is bound to happen in World of Tanks Blitz. All looking still pretty familiar here on the Leopard 1 in the garage. You can see all the bits, stabilizers, binocs, spore liner, all these things are familiar. You can buy them for credits, but well, not anymore. And as REM might put it, it's the end of equipment as we know it. In the garage it looks pretty much the same. Normally you would buy your consumables, provisions, ammunition, and then over here would be equipment. Now it's on the bottom right side, and as you can see there are 9 slots available in 3, let's say, tiers or classes, divided 1, 2 and obviously 3. Concentrating on combat power, vitality and specialization. And this will allow you to tailor fit tanks to your liking, and that might be a good thing. There are some quirks in this setup, in my opinion at least, and I'll give you a good run through of what's happening with all the bits of equipment. And there's one thing at the end which will be pretty annoying, and those of you who have watched other videos or have taken a pretty good look at the screen will already know what I will be rambling on about. Because yeah, this first layer of equipment can be unlocked with credits, which you can see at the bottom over here. We'll get to that later. Combat power, the first slot. This one is very familiar. That's the rammer. There are other familiar icons, as you can see, and we'll get to that later. But this is the rammer. Add to the rate of fire, 7% to reload time. But for this one you can either get more shells out of the gun, or you get shells that are a bit better, calibrated shells. These are new. Add 5% to penetration with any type of shell, and there are a fair few tanks in the game that could very well use this. Japanese mediums, that's you I'm looking at, up to tier 7. But then again, rate of fire, that's good too, so you have to make up your mind on that one. Then you have vitality, protected modules, 10% protection to the engine, transmission, ammo rack, and to suspension and fuel tank durability. We haven't had that one yet. Of course you had spore liner, repair box, and the protective kit for provisions. But yeah, tanks that are vulnerable to ammo racking could use this probably. And this is enhanced cabin, 10% to crew protection and minus 10% of damage from a ramming. This one is all new. Don't really know how to use it, but well, if you have one of these unlocked, I think I would go for the protected modules, because that enhances the complete tank. Crew, yeah, maybe, but crew protection and ramming, I think I would rather protect my tank than just my crew, but that would be me. So for now I would go with a rammer and with this one for tier 1. Coming to the first slot on specialization, you have improved optics, adding 10% of view range, nothing new there. Having a camouflage net, which has been changed slightly. It's on a, you can see I3 at the background. 3% of visibility when the tank is moving, that's new. Bonus doubled, meaning 6% if the vehicle remains stationary for 3 seconds. But yeah, on a heavy this doesn't matter. I'm not going to use a camouflage net on a heavy. I would like to use optics. But there are tanks, for example a Borsig or a Death Toaster or a Grill, where I would like to be able to mount optics and a camouflage net and not having to choose between them, because those are paper tanks. And I was really hoping also for the Type 61 medium, the Japanese medium, or the Chiri for example, to be able to fit a camouflage net, and then in one of these or whatever the 9 slots available, be able to mount binocs and maybe mount optics and binocs to enhance the view range and really enhance the strength of these tanks. But having to choose between optics and camouflage net, I don't like that much really. But let's go on to this one. These tiers can be unlocked with credits, we'll get to that later. And we have to unlock all these slots of the previous level first, and then you can get a enhanced gun laying drive. Nothing new there, minus 10% of the aiming speed. It aims a bit quicker, which is good. And you have supercharge. Plus 10% to shell velocity, minus 30 to penetration decreased with distance. APCR ammunition will be very happy. The guns that are already quick will be even more laser beams. So I think for most of the mediums this will be a good one, and for any of the heavy tanks this will be a good one. So this one, yeah, that's a good one. That's a goodie. I like this one. Over here, enhanced armor, 5% to hull and turret armor, or improved assembly, plus 5% to vehicle hit points. And 5% might not seem like a lot, but in the case of the IS-3 it adds 75% hit points, and if you are in a one-on-one in a brawl, then that 75% might just be the number of hit points you need to survive or get killed. Adding a bit to hull and turret armor, that's not too bad either. So I'm thinking this one, because reasons and getting more hit points, which makes the tank overall a bit better. But then again, 5% to hull and turret armor will make IS-7s, IS-4s, KV-4s, well armored tanks even more well armored. I wouldn't fit this on lightly armored tanks because, well, 5% if you have 40% of for 40 millimeters of armor, it isn't going to make a lot of difference. Then you're better off with extra hit points. Improved controls, 7% to top traverse speed of the vehicle. Look at that. Engine horsepower gets better, horsepower better, traverse speed plus 3 added. As you can see, it's on the suspension, it's not on the turret at the moment, but you can get an engine accelerator too, where you reach the top speed a bit quicker because you get a bigger engine, and this one adds to traverse speed as well. Not as much as the improved control, but it does add up to the traverse speed. Here's my beloved vertical stabilizers. Oh, why are these in 3? Couldn't you please swap them with one of these? But they are on 3. Plus 15 to accuracy during movement and turret traverse, and you can add in this slot vertical stabilizers or the refined gun. Minus 5% to dispersion at 100 meters. If you look at the dispersion, it doesn't show it here. Accuracy during movement and turret traverse. It's too bad it doesn't show here, because I'm really curious to knowing what the dispersion will be if you fit a vertical stabilizer, because turrets move and the reticule blooms, it gets bigger, and vert stabilizers, V-steps, they help a lot in that regard. So yeah, this one would be a good one, I think, to fit on the guns that have slow turret traverse, maybe tanks that have slow turret traverse. But if you have a medium, this one would be the one to go for. And then Strax, automatic repair of suspension from a critical condition to a standard condition, can be fun too. It's an extra repair pack, and you have a toolbox in here as well, which adds, as was already in the game, it lessens the time crew needs to repair. If you have full crew skills plus this toolbox, or maybe this one, automatic repair of tracks. Well, again, a bit torn between these two. Think the toolbox maybe, and then we go on to the last slot where we have a consumable delivery system, plus 10% to consumable cooldown speed. Add this in with the boosters and adrenaline will be ready very quick. Or have high-end consumables, plus 15% to duration of consumables. So yeah, if you want to shoot a bit longer, or have the engine power booster running a bit longer, about, what's it, 3 seconds I think, adrenaline is running for 30 at the moment. That could be fun too, or have them quicker at your disposal and be able to use them more. And that's what there is. That's all the 18 bits available if you unlock all these 18 sets of equipment. Then you can really tailor fit your vehicle, and that's a good thing. One of the major problems I have with this at the moment is that it's going to make it a lot more complicated for new players to go into the battles. It's fairly easy to go up to tier 4 or 5 after the tutorial. For those of you who haven't played the newer tutorial Wargaming have made, you already play a tier 2 vehicle in the tutorial in a real battle, and if you do it well on an X2, X3 or X5 weekend, you have more than enough experience to unlock the tier 3 vehicle straight afterwards, and you have enough credits in the bank to buy a tank. So within one battle you can be in tier 3. That's not a healthy situation in my opinion, because people really don't really don't get the time to learn the tanks and really get to know the battles. But that's not my major gripe at the moment. The game is getting a lot more complicated, and there's one thing. Yes, this is it. That is slightly worrying me also on the equipment. And that's going to be the difference between a fully upgraded crew skilled IS-3 versus a tank which hasn't got any crew skills, because people rush up the tiers and they can only unlock these 3 slots on top because they lack the credits to open them and blah blah blah. And yeah, that difference is going to be very big in my opinion. And there's one thing more. There's one thing more, which is well, I don't like it. I really don't like it, and I'll show you why. Take a look. I'm going to unlock on these bits. Open. And yeah. Wait for the current timer to end. Like what? If I press this button, if I want to use my rammer or my calibrated shells, I have an IS-3, I want to run it, I have to wait for 20 hours. I can't unlock these or this one or that one because I have to unlock these slots. So that's 20 hours to go. That said, if I unlock this one, and I mean I have more than enough gold because it's on the test server, I can accelerate and I pay 209 gold. So let's accelerate just for fun and giggles and see what happens. Yes, open this one for slots, accelerate, accelerate, open this one, open, accelerate. That means I've spent 600,000 credits for my tank. If I have it unlocked, that's fine, I can do whatever I want. But once I have unlocked these slots, I can mount the modules, that's all fine, I can mount the equipment, but I spent 600,000 credits and 627 gold. And that's a lot, 627, but wait, there is more. Take a look at this. This is going to cost me spare parts, I don't have them, complete missions to earn more. That's another small gripe I have at the moment, because if I were to play the game, I can't really unlock these modules for equipment if I don't play missions. And well, what if you don't want to play missions? Well, Wargaming have decided to do something about that. All the tanks you have in the garage now, they will give you equipment, stuff for equipment, the spare parts. That is provided you have some tanks in the garage at the moment. For now, it seems that one spare part, that's 80 credits. So for every piece of equipment you bought that cost you 80 credits, that should get you one spare part. And a fully equipped tier 10 vehicle which mounts the ventilation, the vertical stabilizers, and the gun rammer that will cost you 1.2 million credits in total. You will get 15,000 spare parts. Yeah, like I said, fully equipped tier 10 vehicle, 1.2 million in credits, 15,000 spare parts. That's not even enough to unlock one slot on a tier 8 vehicle. And I have to unlock these as well. And I can only unlock these if I have unlocked all these. And I have to wait, you can see, for 3 days to unlock it. And that's, I mean, I know Wargaming is a business and I know they want to make money, that's all well and good, but come on, 209, I don't even want to know how much these slots are. I think, and I know for a fact, because Skate Extreme also did a video, he somehow managed to unlock all the modules or ask Wargaming about it, and he said I have to spend as much gold on all these slots over here and to be able to get all the equipment there, then I would be able to buy an 8015A from the store, a premium vehicle, tier 7 premium vehicle for all the gold spent, and that's just one tank done. And I mean, it's a business, they have to make money, but this seems a bit steep in my opinion, to be honest. And this is only tier 8. Let's take a look at tier 10. We don't have anything there. That is in the lists. Let's take a look, for example, in an IS4 equipment. You can see 300,000 credits. If I open it, 250 gold. Yeah, accelerate, and then you already know this is going to cost 250 as well. And of course this one as well, which is 750 gold. And yeah, but I think that's quite a bit of gold to spend if you want to use that equipment. So all in all, few very good bits on them. I yeah, kind of like it. And the equipment, because it really helps you to tailor your vehicle into a setup you like, into a setup that helps you, into a setup that really complements your gameplay or complements the strengths of the tank or makes up for the weaknesses of the tank. But then again, it's complicated. It's going to take so long for people to really grasp the possibilities of this, and even for new players to know what to do. And having to choose between a few sets, like said, the optics and binocs, I don't really want to choose between that. And I do miss the binoculars. I think they really need to be there. I can understand they have removed Sporeliner and the tracks, the enhanced tracks and the fuel tanks and the wet tanks, because in reality this one was used, the rammer, the optics, the camouflage net, the enhanced gunnery drive, the binocs and the vertical stabilizer. Those were the ones that were mostly used in the current versions of the game, and that's all well and good, but I think the binocs, they really should be there. That said, all my moaning about this unlocking stuff, there's something more I am forgetting at the moment, so let's take a look at a tier 1 tank. For example, there are no heavies in tier 1. The MS1, if you want equipment on the MS1, if you open it, it unlocks in 5 minutes, as you can see, which is good. But you can accelerate and you have to get some gold out, even 1 gold on tier 1. Yeah. Nevertheless, it's quicker. That's good. But then again, if I were to drive a tier 8 vehicle in a battle, in a clan battle, and I want to do some equipment changes, then I have to wait for it. Even if you have a new vehicle and if you have a shiny new toy, then you really want to drive it and not wait out for the equipment. So that's my venting, my griping done, my moaning done. How this will all work out remains to be seen, and like I said, every tank that is fully equipped will get spare parts available. They are already here, as you can see. You can get them through the missions, spare parts. And there's also the possibility to get them from random battles. For a victory, 55 to 231, the minimum for tier 1 and the maximum for tier 10. And for a loss, you also get some spare parts. And depending on the missions, 430 to about 3k you can get, and yeah, that's good. That's good. As you can see here, spare parts 1080 for a tier 8 mission. What do we have? No, not skip. 2k, 2.2k for a tier 7 mission, and a supremacy mission 1.1, 1160, which is good. And for a tier 1 you also need 25,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't. All right. Yeah. Really, guys. Like I said, I have a bit mixed feelings about this. I'm not too sure if I like it or not. It remains to be seen. Then again, I'm not playing all the tanks that are in my garage, and it's going to cost me a lot of credits. That's the biggest problem I have at the moment. I'm well stocked on credits. That's fun. I have 7 million in the bank on my main account, or maybe even 8. So I'll probably go one by one, fitting out the tanks that I enjoy playing, enjoy grinding, but the game is getting more complicated in my opinion. But like I said, let's see what happens. Let's see how these things will work out. It might be all shouting and moaning and much gnashing of teeth, and then it really becomes a very good thing. But yeah, equipment changes. Update 3.8 coming soon. I catch you all on the next one, lads. Cheers, happy tanking.